Cashpo, a Section 25 not-for-profit company with poverty alleviation at its heart, has come a long way from serving a handful of women 20 years ago to nearly 1 million women today. Cashpo's vision is to see that all BPL women in its area of operations use Cashpo to lift themselves, their families out of poverty. Their families have become healthy and the children are in school. Its mission is to identify below poverty line or BPL women in rural areas and to provide financial and other vital health and educational services in an honest, timely and efficient manner. Cashpo selects its members based on two parameters. First is Cashpo Housing Index or CHI, in which marks are awarded according to the material used in construction of the house, type of roof and height of the wall, which are measured. Those who score 4 or less points are considered potential members. Second parameter is Progress Out of Poverty Index or PPI, where a questionnaire of 10 questions is filled and a family attaining 29 or less points qualifies as a member. Today, Cashpo operates in some of the poorest districts like Sonbhadra in Uttar Pradesh, Kaimur Rohtas, East Champaran in Bihar, districts of Bundelkhand region of Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, and parts of Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. Bhagmatiya is one of Cashpo's members and her story is truly inspirational. With her perseverance and some support from Cashpo, she has transformed her own life and that of her beloved ones.
घर में हालत था कि हम लोग सारी परिवार बेचैन रहते थे, लकड़ी पत्ता काटते रहते थे, दूरा में चाहते थे कि दुगो माल जाल रखते हैं, बकरी पठरू रखते हैं, तो खाते कमाते में हम लोग के नहीं जुटता था, नहीं माल जाल दूरा में चढ़ जाता, कोई विकास भी नहीं हो सकता था। बेटा बेटे की न कॉपी जुटता था, न किताब जुटता था, न कपड़ा जुटता था, दिक्कत में ही रहते थे। और इसका में जुटने से सुख हुआ कि सांस बरकत मिला कि बाल बच्चा को पढ़ा रहे हैं, दूरा में माल जाल भी है, बाल बच्चा भी दूध दही खा लगी छछा रहता था, खा रहा है आराम से, पी रहा है, पढ़ रहा है, हम भी आराम से हैं।
Kamadova from Kandi village in Bihar's Aurangabad district is one client who is not only a beneficiary of financial assistance of Cashpo, but also a member whose children have benefited through Cashpo's education schemes.
पहले मानो कुछ नहीं था, लॉन्ग लिए तो कुछ धीरे धीरे लॉन्ग की तरफ बढ़ा रहे हैं। बच्चों के लिए तो सपना है कि तनी हमको बच्चों के बढ़िया से रखते, घर द्वारा पका के तनी बनाए तो बाल बच्चा के लिए ठीक से रहते हैं। आए के हमको नानी सनी चलता कि ना बाप माँ है तो इतना बना दिया है, ये के चलते हम सोच रहे हैं।
A remarkable story is of Jamuna of Sarhari village near Varanasi, whose life and family have borne the impact.
6,000 हम पहले उठाए तो हमारे पति वो लकड़ी खिलौना बनाने थे, तो लकड़ी चिरवाए, तो फिर उसी से आगे तो बड़ा हाथ, तो फिर हाथ अंदर में आ गया, तो फिर हम 15,000 उठाए, फिर उससे तो दुगनी लकड़ी चिरवाए, फिर औजार पाट भी खरीदे, तो फिर उसी से काम किए। माँ बाप का तो हर एक सपना होता है कि उसके बच्चे अच्छे पढ़े, अच्छे लिखे, अच्छे कोई काम करें, जिससे माँ बाप को भी गर्व हो कि हाँ हमारे बच्चे हैं।
Despite smooth partnership with various financial institutions, shouldering such social responsibility as poverty alleviation is not easy. The recent past few years have been particularly challenging for the organization. In these trying times, the spring of wisdom, experience and strong leadership of Professor David Gibbons has been a beacon for the organization.
We are trying to cover all of the legitimate credit needs of the clients over a rolling 3-year period. So instead of just giving them a loan for a specific thing, our center manager will go there and talk about the next 3 years. What are your plans for increasing your income? How can we help you with that? What problems does your family have? Are your children in school? Are they doing well in school? If not, maybe you want to give them some tuition. We can lend to you for that also. Maybe you're planning your daughter's marriage. If you give us enough time, we can help you fund that also. The biggest risk of all is what we call pipelining. And that is when the client herself doesn't use the money, she passes it to somebody else in return for a small portion of it. And that other person is supposed to repay. But since that other person is not a Cashpur member, we have no way of collecting the money, and often we don't even know who it is. So we are having to study that pipelining problem very deeply and find early indicators of it and try to prevent, try not to give loans to such women.
Cashpur's policy towards alleviating poverty follows a holistic approach so that the children of the clients are able to break the intergenerational poverty cycle. Health and education services like mini health clinics with OPD and medical dispensary, financial literacy, pension scheme, sanitation loans, clean water loans, adult literacy, providing vocational skills to family members and promoting the adoption of healthy habits has helped many clients to permanently lift themselves out of poverty.
Health helps us to get maximum impact on our loan, and education helps us to sustain whatever progress we have been able to make. In India is a kind of gateway to salaried employment. If they don't pass that, stay in secondary school long enough and don't pass that board exam, they will simply replace their parents in the poverty group. So we are trying to break what's called the intergenerational transfer of poverty from the parents to the children, trying to break that by keeping the children in school, and at least some of them pass the class 10. Then we provide some vocational training with the help of ICICI and Pratham.
Cashpur realizes that its field staff is essential to reach the poor. The employees of the other departments too are the vehicles for the organization to move forward with its mission, and all are looked after with complete fairness. The company provides boarding and lodging to its staff in the field with cooking facilities, provident fund, gratuity, health insurance policy for its employees and families, bonus and a competitive salary in the MFI sector. Over the years, Cashpur's ranks have been joined by esteemed professionals in the field of microfinancing with a shared conviction of alleviating poverty from India.
I really believed in microfinance as something that can change people's lives. Professor Gibbons, takes it at another level, because once he told me his story, and we were very fortunate he chose India over China. True to his character, he came to the toughest part of India. I mean, in '98, to come to Bihar and UP, there was absolutely nobody, and probably for almost another 7-8 years, there was no other MFI. So he usually goes to the most difficult parts and where there is absolutely no other alternative for the poor. And it was a not-for-profit. So in every way, from the human being to the entity, and as I met the team, Cashpur was fantastic. I mean, it has been a true blessing to my life.
Cashpur's exemplary work ethics and high standards of operations has established it as the flag bearer in the MFI sector. Cashpur has been working closely as a certified BC of IndusInd, IDBI, ICICI and Kotak Mahindra banks, along with several other social funders, Dia Vikas, for Opportunity International and Whole Planet Foundation.
Given their experience, exposure and the transparency, as well as also the organization culture, we have entered with them into a business correspondent arrangement. I think one more area which we would like to add is their technology. They are technology compatible. That is why we are able to have a very swift modification of our systems, procedures, and have to able to meet with the expectations of the market.
They have adopted new models, banking correspondent models and the other things, wherein if they are not able to grow on of their own, they are helping the banks to grow their books. But ultimately, rural poor is benefiting. So this is something, one, they are very near to SIDBI's own objectives. Second, they have grown along with while maintaining their mission statement, that they have not drifted. Third, they have done things very, very professionally.
Mudra is a subsidiary of SIDBI, and SIDBI has been dealing with Cashpore since beginning of the Cashpore. They have been one of our first few clients in the country, and we see Cashpore as a very ethical organization. They have always been on their mission. Their relationship with their clients is very strong, and they have been dealing with all the stakeholders, all the lenders in a very decent and appropriate manner, and the lenders have tremendous confidence on the Cashpore. So these are few reasons of our long association with the Cashpore.
During the demonetization period, one thing which we have noticed as far as Cashpore is concerned, they have been able to maintain almost 100% recovery. When the entire country there has been a fall in the decline in the recovery percentage because of the cash crunch. It shows how beautifully the Cashpore has been managing its clients as well as its financials.
We found Cashpore to be extremely impressive. We were very impressed with the focus on their mission and the operating efficiencies. That was the first partner we chose to work with, and Cashpore remains one of our primary and largest partners for the microfinance business at IndusInd. Our financing relationship is very strong, and we expect that to continue to grow. But what we are trying to do now is to expand into other products. We are investing in technology and linking up with Cashpore's systems to ensure that we can deliver other banking products like fixed deposits, savings bank accounts, remittances, insurance, and make them available to all of Cashpore's clients. We are also interested in getting involved with Cashpore's community activities. So we are looking at working together with the company on both healthcare and education.
The mission to educate, empower, and uplift the poor of India is the source of endless inspiration for the Cashpore family. Cashpore is doing a commendable work but wants to do even better.
My final objective is to prove that this not-for-profit approach is the most efficient way and cheapest way for the poor of bringing them out of poverty. And once we can do that, I think more people will follow me.
Tackling poverty head-on requires steadfast commitment and support from the government, social investors and banks. Cashpore invites institutions to join the movement of uplifting India's rural masses. Rural India has tremendous potential for growth and empowerment. With the boom in manufacturing industries, skill development and educating the population, Cashpore aims at nurturing the hopes, dreams and aspirations of generations of Indians so that they rise and move India towards its golden future with a yearning for success, and where equity and equality reigns in the world's largest democracy of 1.27 billion.